All right, coming up on the video, we're going to check out how Mon Mothma fared on offense and defense in the previous 3 vs 3 Grand Arena. Welcome everyone to the video. So before I get into kind of the battle results, let's review the rebels I'm using first. All right, so here's Mon Mothma with her Emperor Palpatine hand. I'm only using 3 stars. The fact that she can't be targeted makes her have some viability. Obviously, what we'll see coming up is AoE heavy teams. Looks like they likely were easily able to get through it. But 3 stars. I do have both Zetas on Mon Mothma. My mods aren't all that great. Her speed is only 155. So let's get into the Rebel fighters that I'm using for this. So as you know, I run a Rebel fleet. So I happen to have these 4 fellas already relicked. So these are the ones I'm using. So I got Biggs and Wedge that I'm going to use together because of the synergy they have together. So if you need a reminder on Wedge's unique, he gets extra offense and speed, and if Biggs is present, he also gets those bonuses. And then for Biggs on his special ability, if Wedge is present, he gets called for attack. So these two obviously work well together. And then I got, since I have Biston Z-Wing, I got Biston and Scarif Pathfinder. They're just both Relic 1, and I just have garbage mods on these. I just threw on as what I can to get as much speed on the ship. So in addition to my Relic Rebels, the 2 characters I'm most interested in trying to use are Pow, which I'm currently farming in the store. I'm almost there. Everyone knows his battle call there that kind of creates a loop, but the other one I really want to try is Bodhi as well, so I'm currently farming him in the store. So if you look at a spotter ability, he is giving offense up, he's calling for assists, and if the target ally is Rebel, he's personally gaining turn meter. And then on his intercept communications, he's removing turn meter, and then all allies are also gaining 10% turn meter, double for Rebel, so that's another 20%. And then on his unique, he's also giving some defense to the team if they have offense up. So you potentially have offense up coming from Bodhi. You have offense up coming from Pow's Sakala battle special call. And right here, I grants offense up for 2 turns to a random ally who doesn't have it. So Bodhi and Pow are presenting a lot of interesting offense up and turn meter gain for the Rebel team. So I'm working on those. Hopefully I'll have some footage on those by the next time Grand Arena comes around. Let's get into my defense in Grand Arena first. All right, so here's my defense from the first round. The very first time I have Wigs, and it's my most geared up Rebels, and I'm just excited to finally find a use for them. So I stuck them on defense first just to see what Mon Mothma would do with them. Again, this is probably more your offense-focused Mon Mothma team, but so the first attempt to get him, someone brought in reworked Vader, Palpatine, and Thrawn, and they were able to win the battle. Unfortunately, with these little history cards, I don't have how much gear and their mods on the particular teams, but you'll get a sense of the teams people tried to use and what worked and what didn't. So they were able to beat Mon Mothma with Wedge, with Wigs, using a Vader team, and on that Vader team they have Vader with an AoE, and they got Palpatine with an AoE obviously, and then Thrawn's Fracture. So they came prepared to win that one, so I could see how that one went down. The next round I flipped the team around a little bit. I used Mon Mothma with Biston and Scarif Pathfinder, and I saved my Wigs for offense for taking out another team. So this time around they tried to bring Rey Jedi in training, and they lost, and I did not lose a character. Then they brought in the Geonosians, the Brood Alpha, and the Geos were able to win that battle. And then the third round they tried to bring in I'm assuming a garbage Akbar team, because they had never faced Mon Mothma before and didn't know what to use. They lost. Then they brought in Veers and Imperial Troopers. They lost. And then they tried Night Sisters, and they got a timeout. So they were not able to get through Mon Mothma. Or I finished first in this round in Grand Arena, and part of that was because of ships, and the other part of that was because Mon Mothma held firm on this last and round 3 here. So moving into the next round of Grand Arena. someone tried to bring in Geos, which worked the previous round, but this time they quit. So you can see the length of battle was 352. Obviously, they did not have enough jam to kill off my character. So they quit, they forfeited, and then they came in with Treya, Nihilus, and Scion to win. So again, they had to use a good team to get through my 3-star Mon Mothma. And then the next round, you'll see someone took in an Anakin and Obi-Wan, so they went in with under the characters and were able to win. I think without seeing this battle footage, I'm assuming the Anakin was gear 12 or better, and I'm assuming the AoE on Anakin was eventually able to take Mon Mothma out, and Mon Mothma's team likely wouldn't be able to have enough jam to get past General Kenobi. And then in the final round, again, I was taken out in one try, but they took in an Emperor Palpatine, Thrawn, and First Order or Sith Trooper to take it out. So again, they had to kind of burn good teams. So all in all, considering I'm not using the most ideal Mon Mothma lineup, and my Mon Mothma is only 3 stars herself, I'd say pretty good viability on the defensive end, and that's where I'm going to continue to use her. If I can use Mon Mothma with my crappy rebels who don't really have a home, and they're going to, have to pull someone's Vader or Palpatine lineup or a Treya out, that's a win for me. So very, very pleased with so far how she's performing. And now let's check out the offensive side. So on offense, I use Mon Mothma with Wigs, and I first tried against Bounty Hunters. I have tried Wigs with R2-D2, and my R2's gear 12, and obviously my Wigs is both Relic. I cannot get through a boss lineup. I cannot get past boss taunt. So this is a lineup in particular I've never been able to beat, and as you can see from the footage, I had no problem being able to insert Mon Mothma as the leader to take out this Bounty Hunter team. And the great thing about Mon Mothma as well is with all the healing and reviving, you're likely to get full banners on offense with her. So the next team I tried to attempt was against CLS. Again, this is a team I would never be able to beat with Wigs and another Rebel. So the Wigs lineup is, Wedge is normally a glass cannon, so they eventually are able to take out Wedge, but because of Mon Mothma's revive and all the healing, Wedge just gets brought back, and I'm able to finally take out Chewie, and then I just work my way through Han and then CLS. And by the end of it, I have full banners again. So after those successes, I was feeling some confidence, and then I picked a battle I knew was going to be pretty hard to beat, but I thought, let's try it anyway. So I went up against Geonosian Brood Alpha team that was Relict. I don't know if the Mon Mothma Wigs team will be able to get it done 3 versus 3, but I think there's going to be some viability here 5 versus 5, especially if I do try a Bodhi and a POW here. As you can see, I can't get past the Brute. I can't get past the Brute's talk, and like Wedge and Biggs normally do pretty good damage. I can't actually kill off the Brute with all the health equalization. It's just not enough 3 versus 3 to get past them, and over time they eventually overwhelm my team. So even though I'm able to have a couple revives in here, I just don't have enough jam to actually get through them. So again, I don't know if my Mon Mothma, again, her speed's pretty low. If I was able to get her speed over 200, would that make a difference? Or trying like a Bodhi or someone else in here. So again, I think there's some potential here, but this battle was not successful. So I would say it's a pretty good successful first round with Mon Mothma. I was kind of actually hoping it was going to be 5 versus 5, but with 3 versus 3, I got to see how viable she was, and considering my lineup has so many geared up rebels because of the ships, it's literally a free character. I got like the 3-star variant for me was free, and she's able to turn my absolutely useless characters into an actual viable team that's pulling away some of the opponent's better offenses to try to take them out. So that's what I have for now. I'm hoping to get some more testing done in the future. So if you like the video, please subscribe for more content.